I'm Callie and welcome to another reading vlog. This is Feito Reads and this is week 10 of 75 booked. I'm going to tell you what I'm reading, and I am also first going to point something out. There's a reason I don't wear white, and it's because I've got makeup on my top. I'm trying to cover it with my microphone so that you won't see. It's there. I know it's there. You now know it's there. We're moving on with our lives, but it's there and we both know it. I'm currently reading two books. I have a non-fiction book, Nostalgia by Agnes Arnold-Forster. This is about nostalgia. And I feel I'm quite nostalgic, or I suppose I just like things from certain time periods, as discussed last week. 90s and 2000s, love them. So I thought this would be really interesting to read. I actually bought this last year when I was on my 98th rewatch of The Hills, and I thought, oh, nostalgia. And then saw this book and went, nostalgia. So that's why I bought it. I am a chapter in and I'm not loving it. The writing style is very dry, but we shall see. I can't judge a book on the first chapter. And the other book is Pretending by Bourne. This is a decent length. I'm going to be honest and say I don't remember the genre of this book. And that is important because I think that will definitely impact my enjoyment of it. It is about a woman called April who has had terrible experiences with men, and she decides that she is going to assume a fake persona. She's going to rename herself Gretel, go on the dating apps, and basically be this manic pixie dream girl who we all know doesn't exist. Like in real life, doesn't exist. And she's going to date men with this fake persona for the purposes of, I'm not sure. I don't know what is then going to happen. Is she going to try and break their heart? Is she going to hurt them? I don't know. I don't know. I'm a little bit in. And April's going, she's been through a lot. And that's definitely impacted her. That's definitely impacted like her. It's definitely impacted her. She's been through a lot. I really like her roommate. Her roommate just seems a bit, definitely side character in a 2000s sitcom. So I like her. But we don't know. I don't know. I'll give them both a go and see how I get on. And hopefully I like them. I have an update, which is I'm DNFing Nostalgia. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't want to read it. I'm not going to. I'm giving myself grace. I'm giving myself permission to DNF this book. And I know I don't need permission, but it's a hardback. I always feel worse when it's a hardback because it costs more money. And then I'm not getting enjoyment from it. And then I feel like I've wasted money, and I hate wasting money. I'm Scottish. I can't be wasting money. For anyone who doesn't know, Scottish people have a reputation for being quite tight-fisted, which I don't know how true that is. I feel it's probably more true than not. I read the first two chapters. I found the book was just incredibly dense. It was giving me flashbacks to like high school textbooks. It was not engaging. It was just, I was bored. I was bored. So I'm gonna DNF this. I have already chosen the replacement for it though. I'm in the mood for non-fiction. So I'm going with an audiobook, which is a wild card for me because I've just not been loving audiobooks lately. But this audiobook is a memoir. And I love memoirs and audiobooks. It is You Want to Be on Top by Sarah Hartshorne, who was on America's Next Top Model as a plus size model, tiny woman. And it is just basically about her experiences on America's Next Top Model. And I'm here for it. As nostalgia, I really loved America's Next Top Model when I was a kid. I really enjoyed it. Probably shouldn't have been watching it as a kid. Probably did a lot of damage to me mentally, but probably nowhere near as much as it did to the contestants. So I'm here. I'm here for the drama, and I'm hopeful I'm gonna like it. I also am totally building myself up to a Model Land reread. So this feels like the ideal time to read a memoir about America's Next Top Model. I just wanted to let you know, we're having a roster change. I'm back. I don't want anyone to have deja vu, but I'm here with another DNF. I'm DNFing Pretending by Holly Bourne. I made it to 200 pages in, so almost halfway. It's a romance. It's a romance, and I don't want that for me. I don't want to read a romance right now. Well, no, I don't mind reading a romance. Right? I'm not opposed to reading a romance. Don't get me wrong. But the premise of this is fake identity, trickery, and I don't buy that you can that you can build a relationship off of that. I don't think if you start a relationship completely faking everything about yourself and having the intent of hurting the other person. I'm halfway through the book, don't know how she planned to hurt him. Emotionally, physically, financially? I don't know. But I don't see how you can move from that. How can you move on from that? You can be the most chill person in the world, but if your entire relationship is built on a lie, how? I don't. This book is making me not be able to say words, and I don't like that for me. I like being able to say words, but I don't enjoy this. I don't enjoy the writing style. I don't enjoy the characters. I feel like all of the background characters, I feel they all merge into one person, and I'm getting kind of confused of like, oh, which colleague is this? Because why have you got a Mike and a Mark? They're not distinctive enough people to have such similar names. I do like the way that the book is sort of laid out. I like the way that the book is going between just chapters of prose. Then maybe we've got some like text messages, maybe some emails because of where April works. She works at sort of like a charity kind of crisis centre. And then there's little bits of sort of her dating manifesto. Wild. And I like the way that all of this is mixed in together. It makes for a very enjoyable experience, format-wise, but content-wise, I am not liking it. I'm not into it. I feel the book is going on a bit too long, but also is giving me go girl, give us nothing is what I'm getting from this book. And I'm just really worried that April's gonna get hurt because the things she's doing are so dangerous and stupid. Don't be doing this. You'll put yourself in harm's way. And I just don't like it. And I think that's okay. I gave my friend a book by this author for Christmas and she really liked it. So I'm going to rock up and be like, glad you like that author. I gave up on her. I will word that differently because we all like different things. I don't know what I'm going to replace this book with, but I will replace it today. I don't really know. I don't know what I'm in the mood for. So we're going to go from there. In other news, I'm loving You Want to Be on Top. I'm loving it. Loving it. Sarah Hartshorne, she should narrate more audiobooks. Delightful production. And it's just really interesting and it's really gossipy and I'm so here for it. Obviously, there's going to be sad times that are coming because I watched the show. But I am having a very good time with my audiobook and something's beeping, so I'm going to go and check what that is. I will let you know what I'm reading I will let you know what I'm reading. Hopefully I don't DNF. Two DNFs in one video. I'm so sorry. I started this video with high expectations and this is where we are. I have two updates. I don't think I said what the other book that I was replacing my DNF with was, so I will do that first. I am reading Madonna in a Fur Coat by Sabahattin Ali. This is a classic. It's gorgeous. I feel I have seen it. I feel I can't not see it. It seems to be everywhere on my Instagram feed and it sounded charming and I want to be charmed, so I bought it in April or May and now I'm reading it. Maybe it was March. Doesn't matter. I bought it this year. I'm reading it this year. I am 40 pages through, so I'm just getting into it. It's not that long. It's about 160 pages, so maybe I'll have it finished by the end of this video. Maybe I won't. I'm not going to rush it. So what will be will be. This is about a romance, somewhat failed, destined to fail romance between Rafe, who is a Turkish man who has gone to Berlin with money from his dad, told to basically learn about the soap industry. His family have got soap factories and they're like, when you come back and you know stuff, you can go manage that factory, join the family business. He has gone to Berlin, but he's like, maybe I'm just going to have a great time, not learn that much about soap. And he meets an artist and he falls hard. And this takes place in 1920s Berlin. So I'm only, like I say, 40 pages in. And so far I have met older Rafe. So the Rafe I have met is in his, I'd say like mid 40s. He is not in good health. He works as a translator and he is the nicest man. He seems the nicest man. He will do anything for anyone. He is married. He's got 2 kids and he lives in this house with his sister and brother-in-law, other sister, other brother-in-law, a whole bunch of relatives, and everybody basically relies on him for paying the bills. They rely on him for doing everything, but nobody seems to appreciate him. And they're kind of horrible to him. And nobody values this man. And at work, nobody appreciates him. And he works so hard. And he's not treated with respect. And he's not really treated with much dignity either. And it's utterly heartbreaking because he reminds me of somebody I used to work with who was the nicest man. And it just felt like people didn't appreciate what he did, and it was just so horrible that he was just like, yeah, fair enough. Like, he didn't, the person I knew didn't really care, but that's not the point. That's not the point. You should value people and appreciate them. And he is very unwell, and what seemed to be his only friend has brought around all of his stuff from work, which includes a diary. And in that diary, he is reminiscing about this great love of his young life. And that's where I chose to sort of pause and give an update, because I feel like the book's just gonna kick off. I'm gonna go back in time, enjoy this beautiful doomed romance. The book doesn't have chapters, which was the main reason I wanted to come give an update now, is that I'm at a natural pausing point. So I'm having a really good time so far, and all of the lovely reviews I have seen seem to be accurate, so I'm loving that. And I have finished You Want to Be on Top by Sarah Hartshorne. And I just want to take a moment to talk about how cute the cover is. I know we're not judging books by their covers. I know this, you know this, but we kind of all do it. The cover's gorgeous. I love it. It's so America's Next Top Model. It really just encompasses the vibe that the book is trying to project, and I think it does it perfectly. And I really, really liked this book. I really liked it. I think it was the right choice to have this as an audiobook because it was read by Sarah Hartshorne. It was read by the person who was talking about their own experiences. And I was anxious going in. I have had a very mixed result when it comes to reading celebrity memoirs, specifically reality TV star memoirs. I don't read a lot of them, but I would put this like pretty much quite near the top of celebrity reality TV memoirs that I have enjoyed. I would probably put this quite up near the Spencer Pratt one, but for very different reasons, where I don't believe the Spencer Pratt memoir is truly non-fiction, but I do believe the Sarah Hartshorne memoir is. I did a review of the Spencer Pratt memoir, and I believe that he believes it's real, but I don't know. I'm not here to talk about Spencer Pratt. I'm here to talk about Sarah Hartshorne. This book starts with her actual application on audition for America's Next Top Model. So right away, we're not starting with the I was born on a rainy Tuesday. No, we're going straight with the action, with the reason we're all here. This book, I'm going to be honest, I picked it up because I want to learn about America's Next Top Model. I want the goss. And that's what this book delivered. And it literally tells the story of Sarah Hartshorne's experience on America's Next Top Model. If you don't know what America's Next Top Model was, I don't know if it's still on. It was a show I was obsessed with in the 2000s, where you basically try to become the next top model. And you would have all of these themed photo shoots, runway. I loved it, but as a child, I was quite young and I didn't realise how young the contestants were because they seemed so grown up. They were wearing heels and makeup. But as an adult, I realised that they were really young. They were like 18, 19. I think some of the oldest ones would be like, she's 22. They were just so young, or so much younger than I thought they were. So often in my experience, anyway, I can only ever talk about my own experience. When I have read other reality TV star memoirs, they include a lot of like page count to time outside of the show for which they were known. And probably the reason why most people picked their book up in the beginning. I have even read a reality TV star memoir where they refused to talk about the show that they were on. I'm looking at you, Audrina Patridge. You know why we bought that book. I say we. Me and whoever else bought the Audrina Patridge memoir. Don't recommend. It's very... You get nothing from it. Not even a single story. Not even a confirmation of what was true. I'm not here to talk about Audrina Patridge. But I found this book to be the opposite. Not once did she mention her grandparents and how they got together. I never need that in most memoirs. It's weird. It's always weird, actually. A lot of memoirs do include how people's grandparents got together. And it's not always overly relevant to the story. But this book, conversely, was about 90% America's Next Top Model. And I will take 90% America's Next Top Model. It's a memoir. You're allowed to talk about whatever you want to talk about in your memoir. But this book was billed as a memoir of makeovers, manipulation, and not becoming America's Next Top Model. Expectations were set that this was going to be a lot about America's Next Top Model, and those expectations were met. It was. I really enjoyed the sort of peek behind the curtain, seeing what really happened from somebody who was there. It was truly heartbreaking reading about some of the situations that these young women got put into. They were so much younger than I thought they were. And because of that, they didn't have a lot of like lived experiences to let them know that they can say things in certain situations, you know, if they're unsafe, if they feel unsafe, that they can speak up. But there was the sort of the implications, and it was just a bit icky to think about the way that they were treated. And I watched the show, so I remember seeing what I saw on the show and thinking that it was bad, and then reading a behind the scenes take on what happened, and yeah, it was bad. They seem to be pushed so hard and they seem to be exploited and just worked into the ground. They're people, they need breaks, they need water, they need a bit of time. In recent years, there seems to have been a bit of a resurgence in America's Next Top Model and a few sort of tell-all documentaries. I haven't watched any of them. I kind of really wish I had, but I cancelled Netflix and I'm not going back. But I really do like that the contestants are now coming out and they are having their own say. And I think that just makes for a more rounded discussion when everybody involved gets to have a say, not just the people who are making money off of it. Yes, this was a gossipy fun time, which is what I picked it up for. I picked it up for a gossipy little fun time, finding out what happened behind the scenes, being nosy. But it also was a truly emotional and interesting memoir. I really enjoyed it. It did make me feel really, really sad, but it also kept me entertained. Sarah's delivery of the book was wonderful. I don't know if she's going to write more books or if this is a one-off, but you know, she does a good audiobook and I think she wanted to do more. She'd be really good at it. Very, very engaging as a performer. And the book did leave me wondering, was it all worth it for the women who auditioned, for the impact that it had on their lives? Was the show worth it? And I don't know if it really was. But I'll be back in a bit with an update on my other book. Well, as I thought, I did not finish reading Madonna in a Fur Coat, but I'm not far. I have 55-ish pages left, and I could just knuckle down and get it read and finished today, but I don't want to because I'm really enjoying it, and I really kind of want to savor the book. So I'm going to savor the book, and I will finish my review of this in next week's video, which will be my last 75 hard video, which I'm kind of looking forward to. I'm going to give a little... Why am I telling you about next week's video now? I'm telling you about next week's video now. I'm going to do a little bit of wrapping up the whole experience next week because I just thought that might be interesting, maybe. Anyway, about the book, I've read a little bit more. I've gotten to know about Rafe and Marie. Rafe has gone to Berlin to learn about the soap business. He's not really learning about the soap business. He has fallen in love with this painting of this woman. And then it turns out that it is a self-portrait. And he's met the artist and he has fallen head over heels with her. And she's very forthright. I love her. She knows what she wants, and she has told him she's willing to offer him friendship, but she doesn't think that they will be a true romance, which I think is what normally... That seems like that's going to be the start of a romance, doesn't it? But I don't know. I'm really loving it. I'm loving the writing. I'm loving the yearning. There's a lot of yearning here. And Rafe he's 24, Marie's 25. Sorry, no, she's 26. And there's only 2 years between them, but Marie, she's lived a life. She lost her father young, so it's kind of had to be the grown up in her family. She's still got her mum, but she's had to grow up very quickly and kind of take charge of things. And she's very fiercely independent. She doesn't need Rafe. She doesn't need anybody. She can do it herself. But I'm kind of like, oh, maybe there will be some softness happening. Whereas Rafe has led an incredibly pampered life. Very pampered. And he doesn't really know a lot about the world. He's very naive. He's very vulnerable. And I'm kind of liking the mixture of these two characters. They're so different, but they complement each other really well. And I mean, I'm rooting for the romance, but I know that when Rafe is in his 40s, he has a wife, and it's not Marie. He has teenage kids. So it doesn't seem like it's going to work out for him and Marie, but I don't know what's going to happen. And I don't know. But I'm really enjoying it, really liking the characters, really liking that, the atmosphere of 1920s Berlin. We've gone to sort of not burlesque show, but like a cabaret. I could not think of the word. Going to a cabaret, and it was delightful, and it's just very ambient. I'm really enjoying this, and so far what people have said has been true. Beautifully written, loving the characters. I feel I'm gonna cry, and the yearning. Oh, the yearning. Love it. I've just started, so not enough to really, don't know if the camera picked up me just chucking that book down. I've also started reading Mrs. March by Virginia Feito. This is my book that I started reading after You Want to Be on Top, but I have barely started it, so I will talk about it next week. We'll talk about both of these. I'll finish both of them then. But for now, I will thank you very much for watching. Bye.